All right, guys, so before we create our app class and start to handle events and stuff, I want to do a couple things related to the UI. One, I want to make this progress bar work. So however many calories that we have will, this will give us a visual example of the calorie limit versus the calories remaining. And then I also want to make it so if we do go over the limit, so basically if in this case, if we hit 2000 or calories remaining goes below zero, or I should say zero or below, I want this box to turn red. And then I also want the progress bar to turn red. So in Bootstrap, there's a class of bg-danger that gives it a red gives anything you want a red background. Right now, this box has a class of bg light. So we basically just want to change those classes depending on if we're past the limit. But let's do the progress bar first. So in Bootstrap 5, to create a progress bar, you just have a class of progress and then a class of progress bar on the inner div. And the way it works is you set the width in the CSS. So if I say style and I set this to, let's say, width 50%, and I save that, you'll see the progress bar is filled up 50%. Obviously, we don't want to hard code that. We want to do that from within our JavaScript. So what I'm going to do first is in our calorie tracker, right above the render, I'm going to leave the render at the bottom. I'm going to say display calories progress. And first thing we want to do is grab the element. So let's say const progress element, and we'll set that to document. And the ID is calorie, what is it? I think it's calories dash progress. Let me just double check that. So calorie progress. Okay, so we have the progress bar. Now, to get the percentage, let's go ahead and say percentage. And to do this, we're going to just, I'm going to divide, let's say this dot underscore total calories and divide that by the limit. So this dot underscore calorie limit, and then multiply that by 100. All right, and then we're going to get the width. So let's say width, and we can use math.min, which will give us the lowest of two of whatever we enter in here. So we want to enter the percentage and 100. So that should give us the width that we need. Now to add that to the progress bar, we're going to take our progress element and just set the width by doing style.width and set that to, we're going to use some backticks here because we do have to include the percentage sign. So let's say we want width and then the percent sign. Now where we want to call this is going to be in the render. So let's say this dot underscore display calories progress, because every time we add a meal or add a workout, we want to call this. And you can see up here when we add meal or add workout, we call render. Now we also want it to render on the when the page loads. So I'm also going to put it up here in the constructor. So this dot underscore display calories progress. And if we save that, we check it out. So you can see we only have a gain of 80 right now. So the progress bar it only has a little bit in it. If we were to come down here and let's say we want to add another meal. So we'll say const, we'll say lunch equals a new meal. We'll give it a name of lunch, and then the calories, let's say 750. And then we can add that with the tracker. So tracker dot add meal, and then pass in our lunch meal. And now you'll see that the progress bar is up more because we have a gain of 830, and we have calories remaining is 1170. All right, so now what I want to do is make it so if we have 0 or less calories remaining, meaning we hit our limit, then I want this to be red and the progress bar to be red. So we can do this in the display calories remaining method. So right here, because that's what we're really going to look at, is if this is 0 or less. So just to kind of show you how we're going to do this, we want to find this calories remaining box, which is, wait, where is it? It's at the end. Oh, it's right here. So the div that we have selected in JavaScript is this right here, the ID of calories remaining. And that's not the div where we want to add the BG danger class to make it red. We actually want to add it on this div with the class of card. See how it has BG light? We want to toggle BG light and BG danger. So when we're targeting it, keep that in mind that we have to go 2 levels up, and we can do that by using the parent element property. So let's go ahead and where do we want to do this? We'll just go right under here, and let's say if we want to say if the remaining, so if that value is less than or equal to 0. So I'm making it so that it's red even if it's 0. If you want, you can just do less than 0 if you don't want to include 0. And then we're going to take the calories remaining element, which is that inner div, and we want to go to the parent element and then the parent element of that. That should take us to the div with the class of card. All right, then we want to, first of all, remove the BG light class. Oops, we have to say class list dot remove. And we're going to remove BG dash light. And then let's just copy that down. And then we want to add, let's see, so class list dot add. And the class we want to add is BG dash danger, which will make it red. Okay, then we're going to have an else and basically just do the opposite. So I'm going to just grab these, and we want to instead remove the danger. Okay, we're going to remove the red and then make it light again. So BG light. All right, so I'm going to save that, and what we'll do is come down here, and let's say that we had a meal. I'm just going to put something crazy in here. We'll say 3,750, which will bring us past our limit. So you can see that now this turns red. Okay, if we make this like 1750, then it's 170. Let's do let's just do 2050. So it turns red. Now I also want the progress bar to turn red. So what we can do is go back up into display calories remaining, and in the if statement here, so if it's less than 0, then let's take the progress element, and we want to let's see, yeah, we want to put it directly on the element. So class list dot add, actually let's remove, wait, I think it has a, what's the initial, I just want to see if it has a BG primary or something like that. I don't know, it doesn't. All right, so, or is it BG success? Yeah, the green is BG success because we have to, remember, we have to put it back, right? If we change it when it gets too low to red, we have to put it back to green when it's not, in the negative. So let's go ahead and remove the BG success. So yeah, we'll say BG dash success, which is the green. And then we'll add, so classless add BG danger, which is the red. And obviously, if you weren't using Bootstrap, you just have your own classes that have red and green backgrounds. So then when it's not negative, when this here is not negative, then we want to remove danger, and we want to add success. Okay, so let's try that out. Okay, I broke something. Progress L is not defined. Okay, so we have to bring that in. That's right, we didn't define it here. So let's say const progress element and set that to document dot get element by ID, and it's going to be calorie dash progress. Okay, so now you can see that that is red. Okay, now let's come back down here and bring us back into the green. So lunch, we'll say that that was 350. Save that, And there we go. So now the progress bar is as full as it needs to be, and it's back to green.